In today's video, I'm going to show you our exact process on how we perform a wash and wax on this big old F350. You'll learn how we work as a team, how much we charge for the service, which is one of 3 services that this truck got, and then why it's vital to have systems and processes in your detailing business. Let's get started. The wash and wax itself took about 2 hours or so, and we charged $260. But that was actually just one of 3 services that we performed on this truck. We also did a full interior cleaning and an engine cleaning. So in total for this detail, it was $500. For the engine cleaning, it was $80. For the full interior cleaning, it was $180. And then, like I said, for the wash and wax, it was $260. Now, an important thing to note is that we first quoted the customer $240 for the interior. So it was actually gonna be priced higher, but once we actually got to working it, we noticed how not dirty it was, so we dropped it down from $240 to $180. So let's go ahead and begin this detail. We first started off with cleaning the wheels, tires, the gas cap, emblems, and all the detailed areas around the truck. This is one of the powerful things of even just having one helper with you. You're able to do multiple things at the same time, which in return helps you finish the vehicle faster. Now this one is very important. And as something is finishing, something else is starting. So when you have a team, even if it's just one other person, look, as the wheels are getting done, the rinsing is happening. As the foam wash is getting completed, the iron remover process is starting. As the iron remover is getting rinsed off, the clean process starts. So as something is finishing, something else is starting. This keeps the process moving forward. And here's a great example of what I mean by that. As Alex is done rinsing the wheel, he puts the pressure washer gun down. And then I immediately get the gun and start rinsing off what I was working on. And then I start rinsing off that side of the truck. That way I can start prepping it, or at least do the first rinse down before we start doing the foam wash. And once I'm done with that, then I just set the gun down next to Lex because I know he's gonna need it to rinse down the wheel. Next up is the foam wash. I've said this many times on how we do it. We're gonna foam the vehicle down. We're gonna use multiple wash towels in one bucket with a clean soap solution. And then once we use all the sides on the towel, we're gonna discard that towel into a separate bucket or put it in the proper basket so we can wash it later. But we never reintroduce that dirty towel into our single bucket. Next is to do an iron decontamination. Now on this one, because we're in unit 105, we don't have the same setup as we do in unit 104. So we're using two different products that are iron removers. They get the same thing done, so don't worry about what brand, but we're using an iron remover here. It wasn't bleeding heavy, but there was a slight hint of purple, meaning there was probably a little bit of iron fallout on the paint. Next is the clay bar treatment, or in our case, clay mitt treatment, because we always use clay mitts. Now, by doing the iron remover, we already noticed that the paint wasn't in bad condition at all. So the claying process was very, very fast. Now for us, we actually rinsed the vehicle one more time after the cleaning process. Now with this specific truck, because it was in such a great shape, because there was no contamination on the paint, the rinsing part took maybe less than 2 minutes. It's a very, very quick, fast rinse. And here's just another example of having just one other helper. As Alex is drying the truck with a towel, Lex is blowing out the standing water with a motorcycle blower that we have on our detailing cart. Next, we're gonna wipe down the door jambs. Now again, because this truck was clean, we just went to wiping them down. If they were filthy, or at least to some degree of dirtiness, we would first foam it down with APC, agitate with a brush, and then rinse them down. Now, as Alex is finishing up the door jambs, Lex and I are panel prepping the paint. Now, this one, all it means is we're removing any, leftover residue of polish or waxes that the vehicle may have. And because the vehicle was actually having some hydrophobic properties, we really wanted to make sure we remove that last layer of protection that was on the vehicle. That way, when we apply our sealant, it's actually adhering to the paint properly. Now on this part, this is just a light window cleaning, meaning we're not going for perfection. We're just kind of wiping down any water and getting any smudges off, just because once the vehicle is completely done, we're gonna go over the windows one more time. Then we take our ARON Polishes cordless polisher. We use a red foam pad, and we're currently using for this truck lithium sealant squeal, I believe it's called, and we're gonna apply that to all painted and chrome surfaces. And of course, the next step is to buff off the sealant. We're using some very plush, edgeless microfiber towels here, and everyone is doing their part. So, as big as this truck is, no one really did that much work because it's split between 2 to 3 people. Again, it's just another reason of like even having one other helper, things go by faster, and honestly, everyone does less work because the work is divided amongst one other person or 2 other people, which again just makes it much easier. And it does make it fun. Like you just have a better time detailing when you're able to talk to someone else. I mean, how many times have you gone and you're out there you're alone all day for 8, 10, 12 hours at a time, and you don't really talk to anyone. So having just someone there just to like have jokes with or just talk with really does help, especially when you're doing this as a full-time detailer. It gets kind of lonely out there sometimes. Now off camera, we did some touch-ups, like we dressed the tires, dressed the fenders, touch up the wheels, maybe any smudges. We touched up the glass again and just did a bunch of little fine tuning after we took off that wax. Now here are the after shots. And that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you learned something. The customer is actually gonna drop off their SUV to get just about the same services. And again, there was nothing special or crazy that we did to get this customer. I know a lot of people, every time I mention something about the price, they're like, whoa, what did you do? What's the secret? How can I do that? It's like, there's no secret. It's just having a great, producing or offering or actually giving out great results to your customers. It's having a great customer experience, right? How they actually interact with the customer, how you talk to them via phone, email, text, whatever. Like when they actually get there, how do you greet them, how do you talk with them. It's having great marketing to get like a consistent flow of quality leads into your business. And like none of this is like some innovative, like, oh my God, this is like revolutionary, like no one's ever thought about this. It's like, it's what every local business needs to grow their business. Marketing, customer service, customer experience, nothing special. So I'll end it right here. If you are interested in starting your business or growing your business, you can check the description box down below for the ultimate guide to start your detailing business. There's over 10,000 words of advice. There is the 8 services you can offer in your detailing business, or if you want to check out my podcast, the Detailing Business Class Podcast, you can check that down below. And also there's a Proper Care channel where I talk and teach everything detailing related. That's a lot of me talking. I will talk to everyone on the next one. Bye-bye.
Why did it make the hole so big? Oh! That's what I didn't want to happen.